I'm really looking forward to this one. Today, I'm gonna make my first YouTube video ice cream, which was lemon meringue pie, but I've learned a lot over the years. Let's see how much better I can make this one. Yeah, so like I said last week, my top 5 ice creams, I'm gonna remake them. I'm gonna also throw in some other videos just in the build up to Christmas, because you know, why not? Lemon meringue pie, it's one of my favorite desserts, one of my wife's favorite desserts. And that ice cream that I made back then, all those years ago, was freaking delicious. And I'm looking forward to remaking it. I've learned a lot over the years. You know, I make ice cream commercially. I develop recipes for commercial companies, startups, and the like. So, you know, I dread to think of how many ice cream recipes I've actually made over the years. We're into the thousands for sure. A couple of notes before we get dug into this is the meringue part. Like I said in last week's video, taking store-bought pre-made meringues and putting them in ice cream just doesn't work. They just turn to mush. You can actually freeze dry meringues, homemade meringues, and then you can use them in ice cream. That's the way to do it. Any remaining moisture just allows the absorption of more moisture into that from the ice cream base, turns your meringue into mush. We're not going to do that this time, though. We're going to do a Swiss meringue swirl. We're going to do a lemon ice cream base with delicious buttery graham crumb cubes. So with all that said, what are we going to need for this updated version of lemon meringue pie ice cream? 592 grams of whole milk, 582 grams of cream at 33 to 36% fat. If you use UK double cream, reduce that down to 500 grams. 230 grams of sugar, 24 grams of invert sugar, glucose or corn syrup, 65 grams of skim milk powder, and 6 grams of lemon extract. All these stats for this ice cream will be on Patreon and will be available for YouTube members as well. And that includes the fat percentage, sugar, milk solids, non-fat, water, and solids content, along with your pack and pod. Let's get everything out and going. Right, so let's start off with our milk, which is 592 grams. Into that, we're going to put our cream, 582 grams. Our sugar, 230 grams. I'm going to put 220 and keep 10 aside. And I'm going to use corn syrup today. You can use glucose syrup. You can use honey. It's not the same, but it's close enough. Glucose syrup, inverted sugar, corn syrup, 24 grams. You're going to get a little container. Last 10 grams of sugar now. I'm going to cook this base with a high temperature stabilizer. So this is locust bean gum in here. That's all I'm going to use today. Just going to swirl that together with that last little bit of sugar. One little lump there. Go away, you. In that goes. Lastly, our milk powder, which is 65 grams. With all those ingredients in there, let's just get that milk powder mixed in. We've got 2 sources of lemon flavor, lemon extract, lemon zest. This lemon is number 4053. It's not, I don't know what that number means. 2 slightly different flavor profiles. This one, Nielsen Macy, which is available in Sainsbury's. To those people that moan that I don't tell you where to get extracts from, literally go to the supermarket and just look for them. There's hordes of these in Sainsbury's, and I even think Tesco sell it. So yes, it's an American brand. It's one of the best. You can use one or the other. You don't have to use both, but I want to use both. My local supermarket use waxed lemons, but easy way to tell, run your fingernail over the top. If the wax comes off on your finger, then you just need to wash it under warm water. It's done to protect them from going bad too early. So we're gonna shave some of that in our ice cream. You don't need a massive amount. I'm only gonna go for half a lemon's worth, because I'm also going to add extract after the event. By adding the lemon zest into our base now, we're allowing that natural lemon oil that's in the zest to come out during the heating phase. That's a really nice, and I actually quite like to leave that lemon zest in there. If you don't want to, then you can strain it, but you're missing out. Anyway, let's get this on the hob and get this heated up. This is locust bean gum in here, so I'm going up to 185. I'm going to keep it there for 5 minutes, and then I'll take it off and we'll carry on. Right, while that is heating up, I'm just going to keep an eye on it periodically. In we go with our honey graham crumbs. We're going to use 200 grams. And we're going to need half the weight in butter. So 100 grams of butter. That is fine. Butter. I'm going to put this in the microwave to melt it. In that goes there. Stir that together. I like my pie crust pieces in ice cream to be really buttery. It gives a better texture in the ice cream so it doesn't go like rock solid. You can add a little bit of sugar to this if you want to. That is absolutely fine. I'm not this time. But there we go. Our butter is incorporated into our graham crumb. Gonna get a little bit of foil in there. In that goes into our pan. It already smells nice. And we're just gonna flatten that down like so. And that is gonna go into the oven at 300F for only 5 to 8 minutes, not long. All right, so that goes in there now. I'm gonna get back on the ice cream base. We're off the heat. This is kind of cooling down now a little bit. I mean, it doesn't take long. We're down to 60C now. It really only takes a couple of minutes to go from 80, 85C down to about 60C. Doesn't take long. We're in a safer zone to use our extract. So, super strong smell, love this stuff. In goes a good 10 grams. We want this lemony. All right, but using the 2 different sources of lemon flavor, it just brings out a more natural balance. So it just tastes like lemon should. I find lemon ice cream is often way too weak or super, super tart and too strong. So getting that balance, that's up to you. If you just want to use the lemon zest, then use the zest from 1 whole lemon and allow it to steep whilst cooking it. If you want to do a cold process stabilizer, then use the milk and infuse the lemon zest into the milk first. Allow that to infuse for, at least an hour. Heat it up and let it sit off the hob then for a good hour. And then you can start mixing all your cold items back together. That's everything done for our base. In that goes. Make sure that zest goes in there as well. In the fridge that goes overnight. Let those flavors develop. Let that lemon oil come out of that zest as well. So we've got a couple of minutes left on our graham crumb. That will come out of the oven and then I will let that cool down completely to room temperature and cube it up and then pop that in the refrigerator too. Tomorrow we'll make the Swiss meringue. Nice easy way to make it, coming in a minute. Right, it's the next day and my new apron has turned up and I don't like it because if you're old enough to watch the original Dukes of Hazzard, it makes me look like Uncle Jesse. Either way, that's what I got. So the oven's on for something else, so excuse the noise if you can hear it. We've got our ice cream base, it's ready to churn. We're gonna get our meringue, so this is a Swiss meringue. It's really easy to make Swiss meringue. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our egg yolks. I've got some remaining carton egg yolks here, that's absolutely fine. 100 grams. And then we're gonna add some glucose syrup. Again, corn syrup is glucose syrup, but not all glucose syrup is corn syrup. We're going to add 30 grams. And into that, I am going to add 1/4 teaspoon. So that's about 1.5 grams of cream of tartar. You can use citric acid as well if you're not a fan of this. I don't know why you wouldn't be. It's just stuff. Now we're gonna put about 1 inch worth of water in this pan. That's going to heat up. We're going to whisk this together off the heat. Like that. And we're going to get this sat over the top of our water. So this is a bain-marie. So we're going to get this sat over the top of that water and cook it out until it's 75 centigrade, which is this in Fahrenheit. Then when it's at that temperature, we're going to take it off and put it back here and whisk it within 1 inch of its life. Right, we're up to 70C, actually not 75, because all the egg whites have obviously melted that sugar and it's become a nice homogeneous fluffy mix. Now is the time to get your ice cream machine chilling down, because I am going to get my hand mixer, and as you can see it doesn't reach, so I'm going to have to come back here and do it. And I'm just going to whisk this. Egg whites, our Swiss meringue, is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to whisk up and cool. And that will create that really lovely, delicious, pillowy Swiss meringue that we're going to use. Very much like marshmallow because of the addition of that glucose syrup. So whilst we're going to wait for that, we're going to get our really nice, I mean, this is 14% fat, this ice cream, so this is going to be really, really luxurious. So we're going to get some in here, get this churning, whilst we carry on with our Swiss meringue. Right, we've got our meringue whipped up. We're really just going down to room temperatures, which is where we're at now. We're at 21 centigrade now, so that is good to go. So a smooth marshmallow kind of texture, that's kind of what you're aiming for. So with everything ready, the last thing to do to our Swiss meringue is to add some vanilla extract. We're going to add a good 1 to 2 teaspoons. Make it taste of vanilla. And stir that in. Now we just need to wait for the ice cream, then we can dish up, load everything in there. We've got everything ready, including our lovely buttery graham cracker crumb, our Swiss meringue, and our lemon ice cream. Towards the end of the churn, if your machine is strong enough, then you can just drop your graham cracker cubes in there like I'm doing here. If it's not strong enough or you're not sure, then just stir them in by hand after you load up your tub. These musos are really strong and can cope with this. But when it comes to dishing and serving up time, we're going to put a good spoon of our ice cream in, then some of our delicious vanilla Swiss meringue, followed by some more ice cream. And we're going to keep going and doing that until we fill up our tubs, because right at the end, we're going to top off with a few cubes of our graham cracker crumb, and then get that in the freezer. Oh, it's early. Due to childcare, I'm having to eat ice cream at 7:49 in the morning, so it's Thursday morning. It's still dark outside. This is early even for me, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Lemon meringue pie ice cream. That natural lemon smell from that zest. Oh, got it on my nose. That lemon extract from Nielsen Macy is perfect. So we've got a really delicious, easy to scoop ice cream, serving temperature -14. So when you take it out of the freezer, you can kind of just dig in. You don't have to wait for it to soften up, you know, blah, blah, blah. You can see that super shiny meringue, Swiss meringue in there. That looks delicious. And the graham cracker crumb, I'm going in. Happy Thursday morning. That is so delicious. That lemon ice cream is perfect, a perfect amount of flavour to that. The super buttery graham cracker pieces, they don't go super hard because there's such a high amount of butter in there. So it kind of just melts in your mouth now, and you're left with that glorious buttery aftertaste. The meringue, so Swiss meringue, super smooth, no separation, nice vanilla taste to it as well. I mean, you know, I just eat that stuff on its own. So delicious. I'm really glad I remade this one. It's been years since I've made this. So lemon meringue pie ice cream. If you want to burn that meringue a little bit, kind of add a toastiness to it, that would be really good. So if you want to do that, then I recommend just torching it a little bit, stirring it together, torch it a little bit, stir it together. Then you get those little pieces of burnt meringue in there. So it adds a really nice smoky flavor to it. So that's a really nice thing to do. You could also just plonk some meringue on top, burn that off as well. That would be delicious. Ultimately, incredible ice cream. Really, really glad I remade this one. Next week, I'm gonna do a remake of Salted Straw's salted malted chocolate chip cookie dough. There's 2 different types of cookie dough, loads of malt flavor in there. It's incredible, or it was when I first made it. Is it still as good? Let's make it again and find out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.